Hi, I'm Victoria with Amalfi Estates, and today we're going to talk about SB-9, a new law in California that could really apply to you as a homeowner. So what is SB-9? SB-9 is a somewhat controversial new law that just passed in California that was meant to be an effort to address the housing shortage that we're currently experiencing. The way it does this is by changing the way single-family zoning laws currently work. The goal is really to preserve current housing, especially any affordable or low-income housing, while creating the opportunity to build more. The way that it does this is by allowing owner users, meaning property owners, ideally not developers, to split their lot, build a second unit, and do a variation of those two things to create more housing. So why has this been controversial? This is a big deal because there's areas where single-family zoning has been enacted for years and has made it so that you can only have one residence per lot. That's, in fact, most of California and especially LA County. Now, with SB-9, all of these individuals who own properties that were historically designated as single-family homes are able to have the opportunity, in theory, to split their lot, build another unit, or do both, meaning that could result in 2, 4, even more additional units on a lot that historically has only held one. As you can imagine, that would pretty dramatically change the makeup and feel and density of certain communities. Of course, the way an idea is in theory and in practice are two very different things. So, SB-9 was structured in a way to try to prevent developers or speculative builders to come in and tear down single-family homes in areas that have always been historically single-family only and build a bunch of high-density combo of different units. Many clients that we have spoke with, biggest concern is that a neighborhood that they recently bought a home in or have lived in for many years will change. So the way that the government is trying to prevent this from happening is a requirement and stipulation that the only people that are able to do this are the actual owners of the home. And not only do they have to be the current owners of the home, but they have to live in one of the units on the lot, on the original lot, not the new lot, for the foreseeable future. Currently, we're seeing that stipulation be it for 1 year. But what's important to note is that this started in Sacramento. LA is going to review it and make changes to make sure that it applies to our local jurisdiction. Lastly, another really important thing to note is that there are other caveats. Number one, this cannot be done in an area that's considered a high fire risk. Obviously, more units would contribute to that risk, so that's something that they want to avoid. The second big caveat is that this cannot be done on a hillside property for similar reasons. So again, so much of our terrain in Los Angeles is hillside or sloped on some level. So that's another important thing to note. Lastly, I really want to emphasize that this is in its very early stages and in the infancy of this law. So it's really important to know that we're trying to stay super on top of it and be informed, and we'll share all that information with you, but we really don't know how things are going to play out. We've spoken with local government officials, as well as developers, and everyone's sort of waiting to see how things play out, and surely in practice it'll be different than we can even imagine right now. My goal is to stay super on top of it, and we'll continue to try to keep you as informed as possible. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. You can reach me at 310-614-4240 or victoria@amalfiestates.com. Have an amazing day.